Yeah. Tell me about the Black agenda.
The real black
The
agenda.
real Black agenda,
Yeah.
not the Black agenda.
No,
The
the
real
real
Black
black agenda.
agenda.
Because there's a
Yeah.
black agenda floating around that ain't got nothing to
Talk
do
to
with
him.
me.
Talk
Just
to
a
him.
collection of essays by people who are not foundational black Americans and can't possibly speak on what it means to be a foundational black American
Mm.
jumping in our conversations. But I'm not jumping in nobody else's Joel off.
Yeah. There
But,
you go.
you know, respectfully, cousins, I need you to stay in your lane. Because I don't go in yours.
So what's the real Black agenda?
The real black agenda is very simply it's three principles for me: be black, build black, buy black. Every other community seems to understand this, but we have been cultivated in a way where the indoctrination is we have to look outside of ourselves as opposed to realizing that everything that we need to solve our problems comes from within. You can't expect an external problem uh, or an external solution to an internal problem.
Yeah.
And that's what's been happening, especially over the past 60 years.
Yeah.
We have these densely populated black neighborhoods, but there is no Brothertown. There's no Black Girl Magicville. I've lived in 19 states and 34 cities. I've seen Koreatown, Little Italy, Chinatown, the Delhi
I've
district,
always
the
wondered that.
Diamond
I've always wondered
district.
that.
But we the hood. You
Yeah.
know, by and large, there are pockets of nice black communities, but those are exceptions and not the rule.
Yeah.
And so you have to ask yourself, if darn near every place has an abortion clinic, is a designated food desert, and these folks are voting 90% Democrat and have not gotten anything for their vote, and if you ask for anything tangible, you are looked at as a coon. You're, shunned by comedians who somehow just don't tell jokes anymore. And
Hold that. Because how did we get there? They went from being funny to being political to being wrong that they political to now you just saying whatever the headline's saying. You just repeating to me what the article said.
So one of my favorite books is called Who Moved My Cheese? And in that book, it gives kind of the metaphor of what happens when you put a mouse in a maze. And then if the cheese gets moved from where the mouse is used to going, the smart mouse will go someplace else. So if your jokes have dried up and nobody's coming to see you and you can't book anything bigger than a comedy club, then guess what happens? You go and you get a nice little check from this particular campaign or this particular party or this particular pack, and then all of a sudden you are dancing and shucking and jiving because this is the most critical time, and we've got to get Trump out because Trump's the problem. So before that, was Mitt Romney the problem? Before that was John McCain the problem? Before that was W the problem? Before that was HW the problem? Before that was Reagan the problem?